You know, like I've been really into like video game, you know, I guess personalities. I guess that's what they're influencers or something. Like they don't influence me, but I just like watching, you know, video game content. And it was like, that's a very niche thing. They're like, if I showed you, you'd be like, what the fuck are you watching? Like, this is psychotic.
Yeah. I mean, I think that about a lot of things. Like I could not imagine watching people play video games, but I can't even imagine watching sports. You know, there's a lot of things that I think are very common, and I
that was something I wanted to talk to you about.
That I half understand people's interest in it, and I don't feel I have any business to talk shit or anything. But like for me, I feel the same way about like something like that, and even like playing video games. Like I get it, and I think that there's good stuff, but with sports, it's like.
Oh, sports is,
to me, it's so much time and attention to invest. And then there's even people get emotionally attached to where like their whole day, if not week, is ruined if their team loses.
Well, now those people, when they discovered politics like 5 years ago, and now they're literally like wearing jerseys of their favorite politician. It's like they've adopted politicians as like their team. You know, like their football team. And if their team loses, they get fucking pissed and they storm the Capitol and shit.
Yeah.
So I hate where that's gone. I hate that politics has always been us versus them, but it shouldn't be that way.
Yeah. So you said there's something you wanted to talk to me about.
Yeah, video games. I heard you talking shit.
But
I think you were pretty.
Yeah, I was pretty balanced. In fact.
Yeah. No, you weren't talking shit. I was just saying, because you were saying, I think you like lumped in video games when you were discussing a point that I think is true with certain video games. But I think there is so much like great storytelling that is done in video games. The artwork now is incredible. Like, that's why I was going to pitch to you that you should try video games again.
Maybe
certain video games.
Well, I think the thing for me about it is that, and when I've looked back at that moment that you're referring to, part of me was like, I was kind of holding back a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, in terms
of
So to me, to get to the point of like why, and again, like I think people should be allowed to do what they want.
Of course. But this is just your opinion.
Yeah. I think I'll tell you me personally, and then like what I would say as the thing to say, to be like, to influence a young person like my brother. Right.
Yeah.
Who's like,
who loves you, by the way.
Yeah. And I guess you don't, because
I do love you, Cameron. I'm just joking.
Okay. Well,
I love you.
I said it. You didn't say it.
You know I love you.
Anyway, so to me, it's the main point is the time suck, and it's like, because there is great story like in books and in movies and television and video games. I agree with all of that, but like it's kind of like to watch shows in reason, or like you watch one movie every once in a while or something, rather than you're binge watching Netflix for 6 hours a day. And to me, that's the thing. I think video games have that capacity to, it's really easy to give lots of hours to them, and then it's thinking about it from a context of like, okay, let's even say something kind of reasonable, like you spend 2 hours 5 days out of every week playing video games. Do you think that that's like kind of a maybe reasonable amount to say?
Yeah.
And I'm sure.
I mean, I'm pretty casual. I do about 2 to 3, maybe.
Got it.
Every day, maybe every other day.
Got it.
Depending on what's going on.
So let's just say that's 10 hours a week, and let's just roughly say 4 weeks a month. So then that's 40 hours a month, and then that multiplied by 12. I don't know. I don't feel like doing it.
Well, I guess.
But anyway, I'm just
to push back on that.
Yeah.
When I was listening to the podcast with you and your brother, you discussed binging. What was his name?
Jordan Peterson. Okay.
No, Twin Peaks.
Oh.
Jordan Peterson. Can't listen to that fucker for more than 5 minutes.
Oh boy.
I mean, he is a smart guy.
Yeah. We could argue about that.
I wanted to talk to you about that too. I think that he is. Wasn't he a professor at MIT?
University of Toronto, and then he was Harvard before that.
Okay. Smart guy.
Yeah.
I think he knows the game that he's playing.
Maybe.
I think they all do. I say that for every, like, even Democrats, I think they know what game they're playing. I think they all do.
Well, so
when they're making money, in that space.
Yeah, we'll come back to him, but
Okay.
finish the point about video games.
Yeah. So my point was when you're binge watching David Lynch with your brother, it's a great experience. You're both enjoying it, right?
Well, I guess
Yes,
we
you
binged Twin
did.
Peaks.
Yes,
yeah.
you did, Cameron.
But that's like you binge once and then that's it.
Uh-huh.
Like when he mentioned that I played Red Dead Redemption 2, right?
Right.
I
Okay.
binged it for a week and then I was done with it and never picked it up ever again.
Right.
And to me, looking back on that, that was fun, but
You enjoyed
I
that
didn't-
experience.
I enjoyed it, but I don't think it added to my life.
Really? But
Yeah.
you think that movies and TV and stuff that you enjoy watching, you think that adds to your life?
I think in the case of something like David Lynch and then showing that to my brother and of course watching it again because he has like Rizzy Beats said this is staring power. Like he has staring, like you can watch it again and get new stuff out of it and understand like kind of new levels and see new things you didn't see before.
Hate to break it to you, buddy. Video games have the exact same
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
But I'm saying in
Yeah.
the context of I don't make video games. I
Right.
do like making movies though. And
Sure.
so it inspires me in terms of like creativity and writing. Like I'm consuming things that I like making.
Mhm.
And I think that the making is definitely worthwhile and fulfilling.
Yes, I started trying to make video games as well.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
And again,
That's-
that's the personal thing. And I'm
Sure.
not saying you should not do it.
You know what? Fuck you, Cameron. No, this isn't an argument. I like this discussion because
too.
I have heard, that before, but it's if you read a book too, it's like the same thing. Or even if you tell a story, you go watch a stand-up comedian, you're technically wasting your time, but you're consuming art. And especially something like Red Dead, which is one of the most gorgeous games that's ever been made. I just like going back to look at it because it's like people made this. This is incredible.
Yeah.
Like it's a feat that no one can do.
Look, I am not at all denying the art of video games in any way.
There's one game I do want to recommend to you called The Stanley Parable.
Okay.
If you like David Lynch, it's a game that's kind of based like sort of the same style of just random weird stuff starts happening, doesn't tell you why. It's very meta kind of game. I'm just saying.
okay.
I know I can't get you on my side.
Trying
but
to get me. Look, in terms of like when the next Grand Theft Auto comes out,
yeah, you're gonna play that.
I will play that.
Yeah, there's monumental type games like that will come out every 15 years that everyone's going to play.
Yeah.
And that's going to be an amazing game. So I'm glad you're going to play that.
Yeah.
I think you should. Because especially Grand Theft Auto, I'm curious to see where they're going to go. Are they going to do more, woke comedy? Are they
hope
going
so.
to do that? I don't think so. I think they're going to stay,
True to the
satirical.
GTA.
I think so.
Yeah, I would think so.
It'd be
I would
stupid
think
if
that
they
I would think that they're probably going to make fun of that stuff to some degree.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.